twins. Boom.
What's going on, people? Old twins once again.
Ooh,
twins.
Come on. So this video is why the 90s period was the best for kids.
The best.
It's a done deal.
Alright, so let's take it back to basics. The 90s period, we were born in 1992, and the nostalgia, the lessons that we learned from those films just seem so much more weighty and so much more substantial and thorough than the lessons that you can learn from today's films.
Completely. The whole period, like the whole of the 90s. And to be honest, I think 1992 was a special year because a lot of amazing things happened around that time.
Yeah, historically.
Like
The Olympics.
Yep.
Politically, with of the apartheid.
Yeah, exactly. Was it the Berlin Wall as well around that time?
Around that time too.
Yeah.
You know, coming out the 80s.
Yes.
Of course, a lot happened in the 80s,
Yeah,
and now there's a theme of technology. We're getting close to the millennium, and how does that translate into children's TV?
Yeah, and pop culture as well. That was when Michael Jackson was doing bits. Wasn't that
People were fainting on stage.
It wasn't bad.
Just vomiting for no reason when they see him. What?
It was a bit mad.
That's what I call stardom.
Yeah, and then the supermodels came out. That was when you had Tyra Banks,
Naomi Campbell,
Tyson
Beckford,
Kate Moss.
all of them were there.
Yo, that's the real period. Like now, it's a bit different. You can't really compare the supermodels now to the supermodels then. You know, supermodels now is about social media, so it's not about the actual art form of being a model. Anyway,
it's easier to find supermodels because of social media. But then it was like, even though there's lots of them in the world, these are the ones we're going to put on the pedestal, and they're going to bring personality with it.
What even is a supermodel? I think I googled this the other day. I was like, okay, what is an actual supermodel? And it was something about the model becoming super famous,
yes,
known worldwide, and actually having a personality. Because usually models people don't really know their personality.
Yeah.
But they were more celebrities because of their personality and who they were and
but
where
we
they were.
We segue back to the topic. Why was 90s children's TV the best? All right, so I'm going to start it off with, first of all, there was a massive technology shift, which is really exciting for kids and adults. So it wasn't just kids that wanted to watch the movies or the TV shows. It was like adults would walk past and be like, hold on, what's going on there? I've never seen CGI like that. And today we might look back and be like, hold on, that looks a bit blocky. But then it was like, wow, what kind of world are we moving into? I'm talking about like toy soldiers, the animation of the toys themselves, Toy Story, CGI.
There was a lot of great shows, a lot of great TV, a lot of great movies for the kids and for the family to watch. And I think most importantly, there were less distractions. There were less attention-grabbing things in front of the kids' eyes. You know, we had Pokemon. That was probably year 2000, 1999, but it was still in that period.
So you're saying because there was less, it was better?
Yeah, because there was less of a confusion and less of a competition to compete for your attention. You had less, so you could enjoy what was in front of you.
Okay, and I think just the fact that there was less doesn't make it better, but I think the fact that it was a combination of less content, but the content had a lot more effort put into it to make it amazing.
Yeah.
You know, big budget. This is where social media, of course, and internet, TV wasn't there. So they had a much bigger budget because the viewers was a lot higher. Everyone used to watch TV, so you're going to get a lot more money to put into it.
Like, I remember Saturday morning TV watching Fox Kids. So we had Fox Kids for a little bit of time when we got Sky. A lot of kids that I know, my friends, never had Fox Kids.
It was a bit expensive. It was for rich kids.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't say we were rich, but we also had the BBC and Channel 4 ITV morning TV for kids, and they had some cool cartoons. So I'm talking Spider-Man, the animated series, X-Men, the animated series. What else? Go on. These superhero films, Iron Man,
Batman.
Oh, come on.
Seriously.
Batman.
Superman was part of it.
Yes.
Yeah. The reason why these cartoons were so good from the 90s is because they had adult themes. And the incorporation of adult themes into them, kids could understand. And, you know, kids don't really want to be treated like kids. They want to be like, okay, I understand that, because they can understand it. You know, and some quite dark themes as well, especially in X-Men. You know, there's people cheating on their spouses, you know, affairs, Wolverine, Cyclops, Phoenix. Anger problems, alcohol problems,
smoking.
You know, smoking.
Yeah.
And Batman used to kill people.
Did he?
Yeah, Superman didn't kill people. Batman.
I don't think Batman used to kill people in the cartoon show.
You know, if he throws them off a cliff, they're not coming back. You know what I mean? Superman might give them one punch.
What would happen is that he'd throw them off a cliff, and then you find them like with the police later on,
Yeah.
walking away with a bit of blood in their mouth.
What else do you think was amazing about, especially about 90s children's TV?
We also had wrestling. We also had wrestling.
Oh yes.
Yeah, which and the thing is, the characters were very stereotypical. So you had these muscly, hench, very masculine, deep voice, male protagonists, the heroes.
Machismo masculinism.
Yeah, and they were very aspirational. All the guys
Very
wanted-
aspirational.
Yeah, very. And you have the action figures as well. And then also you'd have the female heroes as well, who again were quite I said stereotypical. They'd be like Wonder Woman.
But they were very feminine at the same time. They were very strong superhero-esque, but at the same time very feminine.
Give me an example. I'm
I'm talking about Wonder Woman. She
Okay.
was very sexy.
Apart from her, because I said Wonder Woman.
Okay, Catwoman.
Okay.
She was still very feminine, but
Yeah.
still very much a superhero.
It
Who else?
was a bit mad though, because I remember watching Catwoman and thinking, Raw,
Ra, bro. I thought that about all of them.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, except Jubilee. Jubilee, she was bro. She had used to wear that long coat and her hair was short.
Jubilee. She had the fireworks,
Exactly.
like kind of thing. But yeah, that was cool. Like very very stereotypical characters.
But the WWE, WWF, watching that back now, the characters that were in there, they used to try things that were so novel. Like, where did hitting someone with a steel chair come from? Like, they wrote that as if it was a thing, but it wasn't a thing before that.
A steel chair.
Jumping from a steel ladder, like, they were so creative. Like, props to Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
kids that were 8, 9, 10, 11, up to 20 years old watching that. If you watch it now, it's still going to be entertaining. Stone Cold and The Rock had a trilogy or saga of events where they were fighting in a hospital, in a fridge, inside the fridge. Not in the supermarket, but the fridge inside the...
And Booker T.
And Booker T.
I think there was once a episode where he got defibrillated, and he actually defibrillated Booker T. He defibrillated, like, what? That's a bit mad.
Have you seen the one episode where The Rock, he throws Stone Cold into the ocean? He throws him off the bridge, and it shows someone falling into water off a bridge.
Really?
Yes, it shows that.
Wow, we need to get that clip.
And the camera was there waiting before The Rock pulled up. And you're thinking, hold on, what? Why is the camera falling around Stone Cold after work?
If there's anything such as suspense of disbelief, WWE, WWF, that's it. And I think the showmanship and the theatrical, dramatic.
There's nothing like it.
No, there's nothing like
all.
it. And we appreciate every single part of it.
Every single one of them. And
100%.
The Rock, what The Rock is today, I still feel it's a dry copy of what he was back in the day, and that was what made him.
That's it. Yeah, I think the key thing here is that in the 90s, pop culture was real pop culture. It was a real pop culture because everybody enjoyed these things.
Yes,
it was common. Like, everyone now has their own things that they enjoy.
And it was fresh as well,
and that has credit to it. But back then, everyone was watching The Fresh Prince. Everyone was watching X-Men. Everyone was watching Batman.
And The Fresh Prince was 90s.
Exactly.
It seems 80s thinking about it because it was early 90s, but
yeah, it was well and truly the 90s, wasn't it?
But so to summarize, why was the 90s the best? What would you say?
I would say that the pop culture was very much more pop culture because everyone was enjoying the same things. It was popular culture, right? And not just that, but we had less distractions. We obviously we didn't have social media, and there was less around. And I think the things that were around were greater quality because there was more investment in the actual stories, the characters, so you felt more invested.
Yeah, I think the last point of what you said there is the most important point for me, where because the TV show makers and the cartoon makers knew they had more time to develop the characters and the stories, they would put so much more quality and investment into that. And then also, they were a lot more audacious and risk-taking in terms of the fresh, authentic ideas and the new things that they would bring to it.
It was less censored as well.
Less censored.
It was less censored. You saw real emotion and real stories and real
masculinity, femininity,
anguish. Yeah.
And then also, lastly, the technology as well. All right, guys, that's video. Why was the 90s kids' TV period the best?
That's it. And you tell us why you think it was the best, or why you don't think it was the best, or what you loved about it, or what you didn't love about it. Let us know. Subscribe, like, and follow.
Oh, twins.